Hey, welcome to Tabletop Skirmish Games. I'm Lee, and in this video we'll be unboxing the LOONBOSS on Giant Cave Squig and seeing how we can use him in WARCRY. Here we go, here's the LOONBOSS on Giant Cave Squig, and after I did the deep dive into the GLOOMSPITE GITZ, I really like this model, and I've seen it around quite a bit now, and I thought it would make an awesome leader for a warband in WARCRY. And so in this video we'll unbox the LOONBOSS on Giant Cave Squig. We'll assemble him so you can see exactly what he looks like built, and then we'll go through the WARCRY fighter card and the abilities that we can use with him in WARCRY. So this is a great model, and this is an Age of Sigmar miniature, and it looks great on the front, but on the back we get some really cool images. Look at this beast, it's looking really great. And then it looks like we've got some options maybe to put this together. I don't know, for the leader it'll be good to see if we can like change the head. I don't think the weapon's going to be different variations for it, but let's have a look. Got a nice paint guide on the back, and so nice and easy, real small box, and we're just going to get this one model inside. So let's get it open and have a look at the contents. Really looking forward to getting this guy built. It's going to be awesome and a real great leader for the GLOOMSPITE GITZ. And I've got a few others on the way, some sneaky snufflers, some SQUIG hoppers, and some other ones, so I'm looking forward to getting those too. But let's focus on this guy for now. Let's get him open. So we're not going to get any tray or anything like that in here. And let's pull it out. One sprue, one base, one instruction book, and that's everything we're going to get in the box. Let's get that out of the way. So let's go through the sprue first, and we'll take a close look to see the detail, and then we'll have a look at the instruction book. So here's our sprue up close, and this guy looks really smooth actually. I thought there might be some more lumps and bumps on him, but he's looking pretty smooth, and so maybe we'll have to get a bit of texture out of this with some dry brushing maybe to add it. But this looks great. This is a great piece. I like that. That looks really cool. I'm not sure where that goes, but that's really good. And then we've got a little claw there. Is that a foot? No, that might be the mask actually. That's the mask and the nose, so it would be that way up. So that's really awesome. And then we've got the spear, big spear, some nice claws, this crazy tongue here. Looking cool. So really nice, as we'd expect. Lots of nice detail on the little mushrooms and everything. But yeah, I thought there'd be more detail on the squig itself, but I guess we can get that texture out. Some nice wrinkles there, so we can really bring those out. So that's the sprue, and it looks like we've got a 40mm base for this one. So you can see it's going to be pretty big once it's assembled. He's a real beast of a squig, so this is great. And now here's our booklet. Always nice to get the colour booklets, but opening it up, it's pretty much going to be 2 pages, really simple. It looks pretty straightforward to put together. No variations, so what we see is what we're going to get with this guy, but this squig's so funny. And then we're going to have this guy riding on the top, so yeah, no variations there. And then we're going to get all the different things in the different languages for Age of Sigmar if you play that, so that'll be included. But now we've gone through it, I'll get the miniature built and assembled so you can see it put together and how big it is, and then we can have a look at the fighter card and the abilities and see how we can use this bad boy in WARCRY. And here it is, all built and assembled, and looks really great. I think this is an awesome model. I'm really happy that I picked him up, and pretty straightforward to build. There was a different arm we could have done, so instead of this big spear here, we could have used this instead. So he could have had like a little side or kind of weapon there instead, but I went with this spear. I thought it looked really cool, and I think that really suits it. He's like on a mount, and he's charging toward them, almost like jousting, and he's going to pierce them with that rather than hacking away with this. So I went for that one. So there he is, all built together. This tongue is awesome, really cool. The face is great, and yeah, I just love how this went together. Really happy. So now let's have a look at the fighter cards and the abilities, and we'll see how we can use this model in WARCRY. And so here's a great image from the Warhammer site that shows it all painted up and ready to go. And there's some amazing artists out there who've done some great jobs on these giant cave squigs. So definitely worth having a look on Instagram and checking out some of the awesome painters out there. But here's the fighter card for the LOONBOSS on Giant Cave Squig. And this beast is going to come in at 275 points. We've got the leader rune mark, one other rune mark, and the fly rune mark, and also the GLOOMSPITE GITZ rune mark. So we know there's going to be abilities that we're going to get as a leader and also as a member of the warband. We're going to get a movement of 8, toughness 5, and we're going to be able to take 26 wounds. And this weapon is the spear. I've gone for that spear with the range. So we've got a range of 2, making 4 attacks, strength 5, dealing 2 to 5 on a crit. So we can take a bit of damage here. The movement's great, 8, and being able to fly, so that's really good. And being on this beast is going to improve the toughness, so it's really great to have a Gloomspite Gitz with a toughness of 5, so that's really good, and the attacks are certainly going to do some damage too. So really great all-rounder for 275 points, but let's look at the abilities that go with it. And here's the leader ability, and now this one only gets one of the leader abilities, and it's the standard one, which is a triple called Stab 'em Good. But a lot of the other leaders you can choose, some of the more mystic ones, the shamans, they have access to more of the leader abilities. So you're kind of sacrificing some of those leader abilities with this miniature, but he can fly and he looks really cool, so I think it's worth it. But with this Stab 'em Good, it's a triple, and until the end of the battle round, add 1 to the attack's characteristics of attack actions that have a range characteristic of 3 or less made by friendly fighters while they are within 6 inches of this fighter. I really like this ability for a triple. We can add 1 to attack's characteristics, and when we do that for either the SQUIG hoppers or the SQUIGs, then we're having some serious numbers of attacks going against our enemy, and the range characteristic of those is going to be 3 or less, so that really works. But they only have to be within 6 inches of this fighter, and it applies to any of them that are within that 6 inch. So if you've got a bunch of the SQUIGs, then they're close by, they're all going to benefit from this triple Stab 'em Good. So this is a great start, a great leader ability. But now let's check out the abilities that this guy can use as a fighter, and he does have that extra rune mark as well, so he's going to get the standard fighter rune marks and that one other ability. And so the first one that all the members of the Gloomspite Gitz get is a double called Backstabbing Mob, and with this one a fighter can use this ability only if there is a visible friendly fighter within 1 inch of them. Until the end of this fighter's activation, add 1 to the attack and strength characteristic of attack actions made by this fighter that have a range characteristic of 3 or less. For a double, this ability is really good. I mean, being able to add 1 to the attack and strength characteristic of your attack actions is awesome, and it's for all the attack actions in that activation. So that's really great. It's only going to apply to this one fighter, so not like the previous ability we saw where it can apply to any within that number, but it's just to the one fighter. But still, for a double, to improve that strength characteristic and get an extra attack dice, this is really good. So next one is a triple called Boing Boing Boing, and this is unique to this leader, and you'll also find that this is the ability that the SQUIG hoppers get as well. So until the end of this fighter's activation, the next time this fighter finishes a move action within 1 inch of an enemy fighter, pick a visible enemy fighter within 1 inch of this fighter. Then allocate a number of damage points to that fighter equal to the value of the ability. This is really good. This is using the beast, the giant cave squig, to do some damage. All you have to do is end within 1 inch of an enemy fighter and simply allocate a number of damage equal to the value of the ability. So if you're getting high 5 or 6 value to that ability, and it's a triple, so good chance you could get some high numbers here, then this is going to be really good. You simply add that damage to them and then make an attack as well if you can, and then you do some serious damage. So that's really great. And now that leads us on to our final ability, which is a quad called Sneaky Stab. This fighter makes a bonus move action. Then they can make a bonus attack action. In addition, if the fighter targeted by that attack action is within 1 inch of this fighter, add the value of this ability to the damage points allocated by hits and critical hits from that attack action. So that's really great. We often see this bonus move and then bonus attack action, but in addition to it, we can actually give them some more damage points now, and that's for hits and critical hits. So this is again for any of the Gloomspite Gitz with the Warband rune mark. So a really good quad. I really like this one, and all round some awesome abilities. If you like the look of this model and would like to pick it up for your warband, then it retails at £22.50, but I'll put a link in the description to Element Games, and with that link you'll be able to get it for £19.12, and that's an affiliate link, but it won't cost you anything extra. In fact, you're going to save that money, and for every sale made through an affiliate link, I get a small commission. That's going to help me develop the channel and do loads more videos like this. So thanks so much for that support. I really appreciate it. If you like this kind of content and would like to support the channel, then please check out my Patreon page, and thanks to everyone who's joined so far. It's really awesome. We hang out on Discord, talk about the hobby, share ideas and help each other out, and you'll get some perks there that you're not going to find anywhere else. So I'll put a link in the description and it'll be great to see you there. I hope you enjoyed the video. I think it's a really great miniature and a great addition to any warband or army, but I'd love to know what you think, so please join in the comment section below and let me know what you think about this model and maybe who your favourite leader is for the Gloomspite Gitz. But thanks so much for watching. Please like if you like it, subscribe for more videos like this, and don't forget to hit the notification bell to join me next time on Tabletop Skirmish Games.